This is One Sentence News, a daily podcast featuring 3 news stories with a sentence-long summary and 1 sentence of context apiece. I'm Colin Wright. It's Thursday, March 3rd, 2022. Let's talk about the news. From BBC News, U.S. warns of staggering human cost in Ukraine conflict. In today's summary, Russian stocks listed in London have lost 98% of their value over the past 2 weeks due to the threat, then reality, of sanctions. The Russian ruble has at times over the past few days traded at a lower value than a fake currency used inside the video game Roblox called Robux. And Germany has seized a mega yacht owned by a Russian oligarch worth about $600 million. There are mixed reports of some medium-sized Ukrainian cities having been taken by Russia, followed in some cases by denials from Ukrainians who say they're still fighting in these areas. Russia has warned Ukrainians in Kyiv to evacuate as they would start bombarding the city in earnest soon to take out key infrastructure, but most reports say a massive convoy of military vehicles just outside Kyiv have had their advance stalled due to food and fuel shortages. The Ukrainian government says that 2,000 civilians have been killed in the conflict so far, and Belarusian President Lukashenko says he's deploying more military forces to the country's borders with Ukraine for defensive purposes. The U.S. and other International Energy Agency member states have agreed to release 60 million barrels of oil from their reserves to help combat rising fuel prices. As always, it's important to remember that any numbers you see related to this conflict are almost certainly either estimates or fibs, and everything we're hearing is filtered through institutions and individuals with perspectives and biases that can sway their interpretations of events. That said, it seems like sanctions and other economic weapons are having some effect, but nothing serious enough to get Putin to pull back. And while Ukrainians are continuing to punch way above their predicted weight class in this fight, they also remain vastly outgunned and outnumbered. From Reuters, Honduras to cancel environmental permits for mining and to ban open pits. The month-old government of Honduran President Castro has announced that permits for mining in the country will be canceled and open pit mining will be banned henceforth. Open pit mining is considered to be especially harmful to nearby ecosystems and water sources, and when running for office, Castro said she would limit mining in the country for these and corruption-related reasons. This announcement is still short on details, though, like whether existing mines will have their permits canceled or just new projects, and whether newly permitless mining sites will see cleanup efforts as well. And from The Guardian, Paraguayan capital choked by colossal smog cloud from Argentina wildfires. Wildfires have blazed across Argentina since December, burning an area the size of Puerto Rico and continuing to churn across 9 of Argentina's 23 provinces. These fires are billowing ash clouds into neighboring Paraguay, and those clouds are shrouding major cities, making breathing unfiltered air hazardous and reducing visibility on roads dramatically. These fires are the consequence of 2 years of severe drought in Argentina and are destroying the ecosystems of threatened and endangered animals, while also necessitating the evacuation of many families in these provinces. The secondary consequences faced by Paraguayans is likewise causing a great deal of damage to people, ecosystems, and infrastructure. If you're finding some value in One Sentence News, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com. And you can support this and other related projects, like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts at understandery.com.